Hi Elvis fans, Tom Brown here with another episode of Gates of Graceland, and as usual, my co-host with me, Angie Marchese, Director of Archives.
Hi Tom.
Hi there. We are sitting here with some items. We've got our white gloves on, and you know we've gone through the mansion and we've seen things. We've opened cabinets and things and looked all through the mansion at things that are unseen, and you looked at Elvis's record collection.
Yep.
And now we've got these boxes, and you have loaded these boxes up with items. I don't know what's in these boxes. They've kept it from me. They had me in a secret room somewhere, and you put these things in, so we're going to unbox
heavy?
them. They're heavy. I've kind of looked at them, and oh my gosh, this one's really heavy. So I'm very excited to dive in and see what you've got. We're going to be unboxing here and taking a look. So which one are we starting with?
How about if we open them both up at the same time?
Okay.
Okay, ready?
Oh, here's the big reveal.
Elvis's part, a very small part of Elvis's book collection.
Oh, wow.
Now, Elvis, as you probably have heard, was an avid reader.
Yes.
And he read on all types of subjects. There was religion and philosophies and sports and history. And I mean, his book collection is just massive. In fact, he used to travel with a trunk of books with him when he was on the plane. So he would have something to read while he was on the plane.
Right, yeah.
Elvis was also notorious for writing in his books, underlining things. So I'm not sure exactly, we just randomly picked out of the collection some books to share, and I'm not sure exactly what we might find in here. So if you just want to start looking and seeing what we have, a lot of these have never, besides being on Elvis's bookshelf, have never been on display.
Never. Tales of Old Whitehaven, which is the area here where Graceland is.
Yeah, so it makes sense
like
that Elvis would have
a
little history book about the area where Graceland is.
Yeah. I bet Graceland's maybe in here too. There may be a history of, the mansion before, before Elvis got it.
This book right here, from the front of it, the first thing you notice is EP, Sacred Science of Numbers. Elvis was really into numerology. And so we do have lots of books on numerology. And as you start flipping through, you can see where Elvis has done numerology and had assigned different things for different numbers, and it's heavily outlined inside.
Yeah. Underlined and circled
and city means state of consciousness. And it's so unique to go through these books, because if you actually take the time to read the passages and see what he's outlined or underlined or notated by, then I don't know who Joe David is, but obviously there's something here that meant something to Elvis. Was he talking about Joe Esposito and David Stanley? I'm not sure. A-E-I-O-U? And sometimes why?
He's doing his vowels.
He's doing his vowels here.
Yeah.
So again, a lot of underlining, and so there's lots of books like this in the collection where you can see that these actually really meant something to him, and he was really invested when he was reading books like this.
He wasn't a passive reader. He was always learning and always wanting to.
Always absorbing more knowledge.
Yeah. See, this is just.
It's never ending.
Overloaded here. From Paradise Lost to Paradise Regained.
Another book, another spiritual book.
Yeah. I'm looking to see if there's any Elvis markings anywhere.
In that one?
Yeah.
How about the inaugural addresses of the presidents of the United States?
From George Washington to John Kennedy.
So this...
Light reading.
Yeah.
You talk about the spiritual quest, the Book of Mormon.
Wow.
So Elvis...
well read on several different philosophies and religions, not just Christian or Jewish, and just well read and well versed.
Oh, here's some underlining. And because my words shall hiss forth. Wow, this is just amazing.
And then he goes page 104.
Page 104. Okay, Elvis, I'll go to 104. And here it continues up there. Yeah. And what was it Elvis said? He wasn't going to miss heaven on a technicality.
Exactly.
He's always searching.
Always searching, wanted all the knowledge, didn't want to be left out of heaven. And then we also have books like karate.
Yeah.
Lots of karate books, which can also be a very spiritual thing, because karate is a very spiritual and very Zen kind of martial art. So, but this one here actually, look, the price tag
Yeah.
is actually in, is that Japanese?
I think it is. It looks like yen.
Yen, yeah. 900 yen for this book.
Okay, and along with the spiritual quest is the Guinness Book of World Records. Look at that, with the Beatles on the cover, interestingly enough.
I wonder if Elvis is in there. World record holder. And we know that Elvis was a huge football fan.
Oh, yeah.
So now we have volume 1 and volume 2 of Vince Lombardi on football.
Okay.
The guru of football.
That's right.
Vince Lombardi.
Words of encouragement and wisdom.
Yes.
That looks like one of those Time Life collections, yes.
Yep. And the funny thing is that we actually have, this is quite amazing, I opened up to this page because we have in the collection an original Green Bay Packers helmet that was gifted to him by Bart Starr before Elvis's performance in Green Bay in 1975.
Bart Starr, the quarterback.
For the Green Bay Packers.
Yes, yeah. And more football. Look at this. Look at this. The first 50 years, the story of the National Football League, with Gale Sayers on the cover, playing the Green Bay Packers.
Playing the Green Bay Packers.
Yep.
And guess what you just found?
Oh,
my favorite book in the entire
gosh.
collection. I love this book.
Oh my gosh. I just got chills. You're not going to believe this. Is that what I think it is?
It is what you think it is, yes.
There's a bullet hole in this book. Oh my gosh. It's like
all the way through.
all the way through. Do we know the story of...
I wish I did. I wish I did.
I can make one up.
We can make one up, yes.
Wow.
Elvis was watching the Steelers play the Cowboys.
Wow. It's all the way through the book. Okay. And there's a little tag.
That's our archival tag.
Archival tag, okay.
Yes. That says just basically the name and its inventory number.
Okay. Right next to the bullet hole.
Right next to the bullet hole.
This is stunning. You always hear the stories, but
now you've seen it.
Now I tell you what, that's worth the price of admission right there, folks.
Now this.
English-German, German-English, and English-German dictionary from
the Army. Yes. Oh. It actually was a gift from a fan, as you can see inside. She has written a note to Elvis, or actually to the best soldier in the U.S. Army, I'm sorry. And it's dated December 8th, 1958, and it looks like that might be her picture. Oh, it's a picture of Elvis when he's in the Army. And basically it says, best to all, may God guide your steps in the right direction. And it's a German to English dictionary.
Well, I bet that was used.
Yep, and kept.
And yeah.
And brought back from Germany.
Wow, my goodness. Let's see what we've got here. Oh, first 100 days of the Kennedy administration. So
Elvis was a Kennedy fan and was very devastated upon his assassination. We actually have a copy of the Warren Report I've seen in part of the collection. So he was really well versed on his presidency.
And the World of Music, an illustrated encyclopedia. So Elvis keeping up with all types.
All things musical.
All things musical. Wow, this is like textbook.
And this is actually the American Heritage Picture History of World War II.
Strange he didn't shoot that one.
With the gun on the front of it.
He shot the football book.
He shot the football book, but yes.
Oh, I see something that I know about.
What is it?
This is one of those books from the 70s that I always read about that Elvis gave it as gifts. This book.
I know what you're talking about. The Prophet.
Tell me the story of this book. I mean, this is. I'm right, right?
Yes, Elvis would give this out as gifts. He would buy it literally by cases, and it was kind of his book to give to people. He read it. It was a gift to him originally. It was suggested by Larry Geller, one of Elvis's close entourage members and hairstylist. And he was so taken by it. It hit the right chords that he felt like everyone needed to read the book. And so Elvis would gift it to friends, family, entourage members.
Yeah.
And so we do have several copies of The Prophet in the collection.
Say not I have found the truth, but rather I have found a truth. So just interesting passages throughout the book, but a book very important to Elvis, and I'm assuming maybe still being published if you could find a copy.
Yes.
But in the 70s, this was everybody
all the
talked
rage.
about that book in the 70s.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then we have.
Oh, I've got here's another history of World War II. This big man. And, who was responsible for carrying these around for Elvis? Did it pass around from guy to guy?
It probably did. I don't think there was one guy that was in charge of the book box, because that could get kind of tiring carrying it around.
Man, but Elvis would have loved a Kindle. He would have
been so into a Kindle.
He'd have been all over that.
Here's actually another book by the author of The Prophet called The Garden of the Prophet.
Oh, this is Words of Wisdom. And it looks like it's
got Abraham Lincoln on the front.
Yeah, but it looks like it's like pictures.
Oh, with quotes?
Pictures with quotes, suitable for framing.
Oh, I see there's Lincoln and Kennedy.
And Shakespeare. And Albert Schweitzer. I know that because his name's at the bottom.
A pope.
A pope. Helen Keller. Elvis could be in here.
Elvis could be in there.
So did he have a place in Graceland? Because I don't remember seeing a library anywhere. Was it upstairs?
Yes, in his office there are bookshelves, and in his bedroom there are bookshelves that are still full of books. Because of course the upstairs is preserved as it was when he was here, and so everything is still there. And there's hundreds of books upstairs on his bookshelves in his bedroom and in his office. These were books that have been brought down from the attic collection, so it was just things got stored everywhere, wherever there were places to store things.
And you're still finding things.
And yes, we are still finding things.
Because I would think that tucked away in some of these books could be anything.
A bullet hole was in one of them.
A bullet hole was in. I'm still freaking out about that. I didn't expect that. I'm looking at the illustrated karate book. I can just see him.
And I have another. I have one on judo.
On judo.
Yep.
Advanced karate.
Speaking of something, I think there's something in that book.
In this one?
This one.
Oh, in that one.
Yeah.
Oh, Gods from Outer Space. From the author of Chariots of the Gods. I had Chariots of the Gods. I remember having that one. Is that Linda?
That says Linda, and that's her handwriting. But there's a letter. This is not the only book that we've actually found letters in.
Just stuck in from Baron Hilton. To Mr. Elvis Presley. Dear Elvis, the word excitement in the English language means something extra special, and the word special means the very best. You are blessed with things which even the English language has no words for. The executive staff joins me in saying we are looking forward ourselves to being entertained by our superstar, and because of you, Las Vegas is moving again. To us, you are the greatest. What an amazing letter from Baron Hilton. We have always have a difficult time when we set out to look for something which expresses our warm sentiment to you personally. As a friend, we hope this ring will shine from our stage on your finger for a long, long time.
What ring?
What ring? Wear it in good health and be assured again of our sincere and personal good wishes from all of us at the Las Vegas Hilton. Sincerely, Baron.
So it's the Hilton, so that's 7172.
Yeah.
Because before that it was the International. So maybe we can narrow it down to see what ring they gave him.
Wow. And that was just tucked away.
Tucked away in the book.
In Linda's copy of
Gods from Outer Space. The other really cool note that we found in a book, we discovered it, and it was at like a placeholder, like he used it as a bookmark, and it was a handwritten letter from Johnny Cash. Again, apparently Elvis had invited him to come to see one of the shows in Vegas, but John Jr. was sick, and so Johnny wrote him a handwritten letter apologizing for not making the show, and Elvis used it as a bookmark in one of his books.
In itself, a historic document.
Yes.
And then here's the first Christmas. I can see Elvis reading this to Lisa because it's a little like illustrated little children's story of the story of Christmas.
And we have 3 copies here of the Leaves of Gold. Again, a very spiritual book. Oh.
Ooh.
Oop, I found a card.
Ooh.
Let's see what that is. A Wedding Remembrance. This must have been a wedding gift to Elvis and Priscilla.
Huh.
From Marty and Al
Adcock. Ooh, I see something in this one. There was like a bookmark or something in this one.
Oh.
Mr. Presley's call. It's just an envelope with that typed on it. Mysterious things lurking in the pages.
Looking in the pages of Elvis's book collection.
I'm gonna go back through the first.
Make sure there's nothing in there.
Yeah. Ooh.
You found a letter.
It's like 2 pieces. That handwriting's too good to be Elvis. Many times in the rush and clamor of daily doings, we hardly have time to really stop and examine these things which God has so graciously bestowed upon us and the way in which we are using them. It looks like a letter of encouragement, or
yeah, probably whoever gave Elvis this book.
And it's not signed. Yeah. May Leaves of Gold be an inspiration, and may the book of all books be your map, and may God be your guide and captain.
That's pretty amazing.
Wow.
And we put it back.
Back right where it...
Back where it belongs. Chinese boxing, anybody?
Okay. Once you've mastered judo and karate, you move
on to Chinese boxing.
History of the United States. Looks like another book for Lisa. There's like a children's
book.
version of the history of the United States for young people.
Here's a book called The Holy Science.
Black belt karate. Back to karate. This one has it looks like a coffee stain on it too. He was probably knocked the coffee out of somebody's hand. I love the rules of conduct. This is I'm reading now from Black Belt Karate by Jordan Roth. The rules of conduct. The use of vulgar language is discouraged both within and without the training hall. Besides denoting possession of an inferior vocabulary and lack of culture, such indiscriminate word usage brings discredit upon our art. So there are rules of karate. A clean-shaven, well-groomed appearance is always proper. A dignified approach to karate by every student will engender a like attitude toward our sport by non-participants. Elvis was really an early adapter of karate. I mean,
he really was. I mean, he started studying karate when he was in the Army in 1958, and he just kind of carried it through his life. And I think it was partly because he liked the athleticism of it, but a lot because of the spiritual aspects of the sport.
Just as we were reading in the rules of conduct about it's about the whole person.
Yeah, not just breaking boards or breaking bricks.
You gave me the box of the giant books.
I wanted to give you the heavy box.
These are huge. Oh, now that says GK. That looks like GK. That looks like GK initials.
Yeah.
I'm under GK. George Klein
might have given him that
might
book.
have given him this book of World War I. And you were telling me one time, and I remember when I see things like this, that things have 2 sets of values. The book itself has a value to it.
Yeah, for what it is.
For what it is, but then the book has a value to it because it's Elvis's book.
Right.
And if he's marked in it, suddenly now that's a whole different set of values.
It's like my husband actually has a copy of that football book that doesn't have a bullet hole in it, but Elvis's is so much cooler.
Yeah. And here's the illustrated history of pro football. Yeah. With all the stories of.
Again, loving the sport and wanting to dive into what made the sport so great.
Yeah.
It wasn't just the fact that, I'm a big football fan. It's like he could recite stats and he could tell you what the Green Bay Packers did in this year and what the Steelers did in that year and things like that. So it was really involved.
Oh, my box is empty.
Your box is empty.
Yeah.
I do have a couple more spiritual books here. We've got God Speaks to Modern Man, Christ the Door of Victory, The Journey with the Master. And here's one that's Jesus, the Son of Man, His Words and His Deeds.
By the author of the prophet.
By the author of the prophet, yes. This is just a small example of Elvis's massive book collection, but I thought it'd be kind of fun to share.
Yeah.
Because these are things that, a lot of people don't realize that we have in the collection.
Well, it's just been fascinating for me, and to not know what was in the boxes when we got in here, to open it up and to see that, you really do feel closer to the man, of the man seeking spiritual information, of the man that loves karate, of the man that wants to know about football, and also Dad.
Yeah.
The dad, you know, who I could see Elvis reading this little Christmas book
To Lisa.
To Lisa. So it's been fascinating. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome.
The things we can't see that we can bring you, the things we can't see when we're at the mansion, but that we can bring you on the Gates of Graceland, that's why we do this video blog. I invite you, go check out some of the other videos in this series if you haven't been able to see them so far. We're going to be continuing our reading as you go and do that. Thanks for watching The Gates of Graceland. I'm Tom Brown. That's Angie Marchese, and we'll be here next time. See ya.
Bye.
Let's all open to page 5.
Okay.